it should be, not to enrage the people and not to let the people panic, but on the contrary, if they see the government on the ground and having more than what the chair mentioned, so-called motherhood statements, not just curated PowerPoints. We want to see your action plan. How many people, families will be positively affected, if any? And what are the monies, the funds needed for continuing appropriations? And what are the line items in GAA 2026 na pwedeng ikalap maging savings para ito ang gagamitin? Tapos sasagutin ng DOF at ng DBM saan manggagaling ito considering 2.5 months pa lang at aminadong wala pang pera ang gobyerno. Pinapaasa ang mga tao tapos walang ibibigay. Hindi pwede yon. Tapos wala pa ang ibang kabinete dito. Pag sa ibang bagay, mabilis pa sa alas 4. Pero sa krisis, wala. Ano ba kayo? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, Yusek Sales.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So that's the outline for today. We'll cover the 6 areas, hopefully very quickly. In the end, we will have a recommendation for specific legislative asks to enable the contingency program, especially the Tier 3 that we'll present. Next slide. This is the current situation. So beginning this Tuesday, there's another increase. So the left panel is the range for diesel. We're showing diesel because this is itong pinaka-importante day-to-day fuel natin. So ang range natin ngayon ay 105 pesos to 134 pesos sa pump price. These are going to be yung prices sa Metro Manila, sa highly urbanized areas in the Philippines. No, ang adjustment reflected on the pump is 13 to 18 pesos po. Ang DOE nag-signal ng breach ng ating $80. Actually, umabot ng 89.02 nung nakaraang March 13 po. And we'll have a short slide on why. Baka hindi na ito angkop na trigger, yung Dubai. Ginamit namin sa analysis 59.50, but we all know that has now moved to 60. So maliit pa lang. Next slide. So this slide shows yung ating current inventory as of Friday, March 20. Yung dark blue, this chart is in days po. And iba-ibang produkto nandiyan po, diesel, gasoline, LPG. So yung dark blue are actual stock in country. So sa diesel may 46 days. This is based on our average utilization, daily utilization. Yung light blue color po, yan po ang nagre-represent ng physical limit ng ating storage tanks in country. So pag tinignan nyo, medyo malapit na tayo sa tank tops ng diesel at gasoline. This takes into account yung nabili na, nasa dagat na at papunta na sa Pilipinas. Confirmed in transit orders. So in terms sa international standard po, sa IEA, 30 days po ang suggestion ng International Energy Association. In fact, all our products are above that. Ngayon, ang hindi lang LPG. So we're looking especially into the case of LPG. Dito po sa slide na to, kasama na dyan yung unang na-order ng PNOC Exploration Corporation, about 138,000 barrels of diesel. So ang sunod namin tinitingnan actually is yung ating LPG at yung jet fuel. Yung fuel oil po, karamihan dyan ay for generators na natitira na lang. Next slide. Ito po yung basihan kung bakit baka kailangan natin palitan yung ating trigger na Dubai Platts na nasa batas. Simply put, sa oil trading may Dubai Platts, dyan po nakabase ang presyo ng produkto. And ang tinatawag technically is yung crack spread. Kung ang produkto, Dubai Flats, no March 9 ay 125 from 71. Ang diesel, per barrel po ito, sumirit ng $184 per barrel. In graphical view, yan po yan. Yung diesel maps ay yung parang orange na pula. Yung Dubai Flats, yung blue. Yung diferensya sa dalawa, yan ang tinatawag na crack spread. Nung nagumpisa po ang kaguluhan, makikita natin na lumapad yung spread. Dati ang spread niyan is mga $15 to $20 per barrel. Nung nagumpisa po ang gera, umakyat ito at kasalukuyan just above somewhere $60 po ang crack spread. So nagdi-devise na ngayon ng DOE na palitan, magmumungkahi na palitan yung ating trigger kasi hindi siya akma sa galaw ng presyo ng produkto. Lumalabas pagka ganito nagkakaroon ng gulo. Next slide po. Nagpadala po ng 5 senaryo, different price levels. Pero may konting mismatch kasi itong binigay ng mga senaryo levels ay Dubai average over a period of time. We try to match it dun sa actual na maps po ito at malaking impluensya yung crack spread. So based on that, ang tingin ang evaluation ng DOE is actually nasa scenario 3 na po tayo na binigay po ng committee. So scenario 3, lumalapit na po tayo sa scenario 4. And precisely why we think that it's more appropriate now kasi parang lumalabas yung trigger na huli. When in fact, kung na-redesign natin yung trigger to something more appropriate now, like basing it on maps and yung appreciation, maybe yung trigger mas maagang dumating. Kasi yung trigger dumating March 13 po nag-release because Dubai Flats ang nakalagay. Pero when in fact 2 days after, kung nasa maps ang trigger, na-trigger na po natin.
Sorry. Anong dapat ginawa? Or anong dapat gawin? Anong pumungkahin nyo?
Well, we're doing a policy note on changing the trigger. Hindi po nakaano sa Dubai Flats. Ihahalo natin yung takbo ng MOPS, which is the mean of Platts Singapore, on the products, diesel, gasoline, and kerosene po.
This problem has been ongoing for several weeks. And you're saying that hindi po nabago. Ano po ang dapat gawin ayon sa inyong mungkahi at ganong katagal bago nyo mabago para akma sa panahon?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. We will be presenting for legislative action po yung pag-change ng trigger. Nasa batas po kasi yung trigger.
Kung batas po yan, kung paano ko lang batas, tanong ko, nabigay na ba nyo sa Senado at sa Kongreso yung bill? Pangalawa, na-certify ba ng urgent? At kung hindi pa, anong sense of urgency ninyo sa DOE kung sinasabi nyo sa hearing na ito na kailangan may batas na ganito,
Mr. Chair.
legislation? Number 1, are the draft bills in both houses of Congress, have they been referred to the appropriate committees? I did not see a certification of urgency by the Office of the President. If you seem to say, sir, that this is very urgent.
Mr. Chair, if I may, we did realize this when the situation unfolded as shown on the graph. So you would see that it's a fairly constant 20, and then when the crisis happened, the market reacted differently now. The spread was increasing very fast, and in fact, we already issued based on the $80 the certification by the DOE. So with this realization, we said that we need to change. Because with what has recently happened, we need to change the trigger probably to make it more reactive to situations like this.
Just to clarify, yung trigger kasi is meant to do two things. One is to trigger the suspension of excise tax. Two is to release the Pantawid Pasada under DOTR. But ito are for purposes of triggering the release of funds. Ang DOE should have a much different trigger. Dapat mas maaga kayo, wag niyo nang antayin yung mga trigger sa loob ng GA kasi hindi yan para sa inyo. Para yan sa release ng funds. No, so ang punto ko, nung nangyari na yung digmaan, ang analysis ng DOE should be very different. I don't think you should blame the trigger. Kaya late tayo umakto. Kasi iba yun eh. Ibang-iba yun. But again, with the indulgence for colleagues, but let's allow DOE to finish first, and then later on we can
Thank you.
propound those questions. And then after that, we'll go to DepDev para to look at the inflation scenario and also to the Department of Agriculture for the spillover effects to food security.
Thank you,
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
And before I propound questions later, pagkatapos lang po ng DOE presentation, meron lang akong immediate na observation sa presentation nila kasi it relates po dun sa interpellation natin nung excise tax bill. Salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Risa. Go ahead, Yusek Sales.
Thank you po. Next slide po. Now, this is just a graphical presentation against the 5 scenarios. So yung second clustered columns, yan ang current situation na po natin. And you can compare dun sa scenario 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 using yung time-bound and Dubai average. So in reality, as of this week po, nag-i-straddle na tayo between S3 and S4 scenarios that were given by the committee. So yan po ang situation ngayon linggo. Okay, next slide po. Baka medyo maliit pero nilagay lang namin yung action ng DOE in terms of yung immediate tier 1, tier 2 at saka tier 3, 30-day, 90-day and beyond 90 days. So yung nasa unahan was yung sinabi ni Yusek Wimpy during the first week of the situation, intensified inventory check. We wanted to make sure anong estado ng ating supply. Nag-coordinate sa LGU, PNP to check on profiteering and hoarding. Tapos immediately we engaged the oil companies for potential mitigation in price adjustments like what happened in the first 2 weeks that they were staggering the increases. Then we intensified the energy savings program. In fact, we instituted work from home, carpooling in the department itself. We also went out to the other national government agencies for for their implementation, more intense implementation of the energy savings programs in place. We also activated PNOC and PNOC EC to try and look for other sources. And in fact, yung first cargo na in-order ni PNOC EC is arriving towards the end of this week. Diesel po siya. Dadating po sa Subic ngayon linggo. We also engage with the different embassies to ensure yung mga existing contracts po natin. Kasi karamihan ng produkto natin ang gagaling po sa South Korea, China, Japan, Malaysia, Singapore. Around the region lang, malapit. But we talk to all of the ambassadors here and in some of the instances directly talk to their Ministry of Energy or to ensure that yung existing contracts yun na order na in place ay wag pong tamaan ng any sort of export ban. And in fact, kaya medyo gumanda yung inventory. May deliveries na dumating from China, South Korea, Japan. Yung usual suppliers natin are still coming in. That's why yung pinakitang inventory is relatively high. May 38 days po tayo sa gasoline, 42 I think days sa diesel, and more para sa bunker fuel. No? So those are the things we immediately encountered. Of course, pwede rin kasi mag-cascade into the power sector, so we immediately talk to the importers of our coal. So although in power, konti na lang ginagamit natin, peaking fuel na lang yan. But of course, yung coal kasi ini-import natin sa Indonesia, so may marginal increase dahil sa transportation, shipping costs sa Indonesia. So hindi pa namin na-quantify but it's looking itong mga bagong shipments na dadating ng coal, marginally 10 to 20% increase, primarily sa freight cost. No, but we're already engaging the power plants, especially magsasummer na po tayo. And then yung dinify natin sa tier 2, further actions natin in the short to medium term. Ito na nga, nag-engage na kami sa embassies to ensure our continued supply para sa mga private contracts with all of our supplying countries. And then we intensified yung ordering ng PNOC and PNOCEC to move out from the traditional sources din natin dito sa Southeast Asia. And when they're talking to US supplier and South American suppliers, Indian suppliers, which are not traditional. The only drawback is humahaba yung resupply time, US mga 40, 45 days, kung India ka mga 30 days. But we have to keep the inventory up. And we also have already issued the department circular loosening the use of diesel to Euro 2 standard, but of course this is going to be limited to generators, the old engines. This has particular effect sa mga jeepneys po natin that run on older engines, and it will not be a problem for them to use Euro 2. So that's loosening up on that requirement. We have recommended as well a exemption to the importation of biofuels, because every percent biofuel, nababawasan yung need for the gasoline and the diesel. The NBB will be convening to address yung potential to increase yung ethanol blend sa gasolina po natin. Currently, nasa E10 tayo. Baka we're looking at increasing it to E15. Although meron po tayong existing na voluntary E20 usage. Pero maraming technical discussions about E20. Also, we are going to be seeking approval for the supplemental budget for PNOC. The request has been passed to the Committee on Energy chair in the House, I think. So we want to activate yung funds ng GOCC natin to be able to address yung inventory natin in country to keep it at a healthy level. So there's more there. But,
Mr. Chair,
go ahead.
Go ahead,
follow up
ma'am.
lang, magkano yung supplemental budget na hinihingi nyo for PNOC?
I think yung initial request, if I'm not very sure, but it should be 8 billion to 10 billion. And this is not funds from the national government. That those are funds in the PNOC, but needs congressional action in the budget para ma-release, magamit.
Well noted. Salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank
Just to place on record, the National Oil and Gas Contingency Plan was in place in 2023. We were using the previous plan 2002, but it was also based on the 1973 experience of the Philippines. So, siya po yung pinaka-senior na nandun na noong 1973 po.
Mr. Chair, the congressional approval is needed based on the answer to the question of Senator Ontiveros. So, has it been communicated to both houses?
I think a letter was submitted to the committee chairs, but naka-break po ang
Kasi po, we were willing to go on special session. May we know, number one, no GAA funds needed. It's with PNOC and all it needed was congressional approval. And bicameral, ang dali naman. Isa lang na araw yan. May I know, kailan po binigay ng DOE sa Senado, kailan natanggap yung sulat, kailan binigay sa atensyon ng leadership at ng chair ng komite? May we know? I mean, this is what I mean We act with urgency. It's not a
Yeah.
matter of walang pondo. May pondo, it came from DOE's information, congressional approval. So it doesn't take too much if it's an urgent matter. We were able to pass the excise tax and to be fair to the chair, kaagad nagtrabaho at napasa po namin. So kailan po ito?
Yeah, PNOC is here, Mr. Chair. Initially, itong first two cargos actually, merong releasable fund pa si PNOCEC. That's why we bought the first cargo. And then there's a second cargo coming in. So,
Ko po tinatanong yung ilang cargo. Simple question. If the DOE says that all it needs is congressional approval and the PNOC has
Yeah.
the funds, and you said that the letters were sent because it is important that the people know that letters are not sitting in the Senate without action. We would know if there is a letter that is deemed urgent. Kasi wala ang inyong DOE secretary Wala dito E nandito siya last week. Sinabi ba niya sa chairman ng Energy? Sinabi ba niya sa leadership sa Senado? Wala. Ang kanyang linalabi yung biofuel. Sinabi ba yan? Because this is so urgent. It did not come from us. It came from the DOE. May I just know the date? Sir, I know you're a technical person and you seem very knowledgeable. I just need to know, it's an admin matter. Can we kindly put on record after this presentation, Mr. Chair, just bear with me, so that hindi ang itsura nakapending sa Senado, tapos sasabihin nyo, kasi po nag-break, excuse me, hindi po nag-break ang Senado na hindi inaaksyonan ang hinihiling ng executive. Dalawa ang inyong hiningi. Excise tax, napasa namin. At sabihin nyo on the record, kailan nyo mai-implement yan, at ang gulo ninyo. Sinabi nyo, excise tax, kailangan urgent. Nung napasa namin, sinabi, we will see. Yan, galing sa inyo yan kung gagamitin. Tapos, the next day, o sige na nga. Ano ba? Ano ba? Kailangan ba? Hindi. It was deemed urgent, napasa. Tapos, pagkapasa namin, we will see. I'm quoting the executive, nanggaling sa inyo yan. Tapos ngayon, gagawin na. And cite the impact, mararamdaman pa. Yun ang sabi ng chair no, ni Senator Pia. Ano ang ramdam sa pagbaba o pagkaltas ng excise tax? Yung biofuel, maraming concern sa mga coconut and sugar farmers. Pero itong sinabi niyong low-hanging fruit, congressional approval. Tapos nagsabi po kayo, sir, with all due respect kasi po nag-break. Hindi po magandang pakinggan yan. Hindi po mag-break ang Senado kung sinabi niyong kailangan ng congressional approval ang paggamit ng PNOC ng kanilang pondo. Pakilagay po sa record after your presentation and we give a chance to the others, Mr. Chair. Because it's important na hindi tinuturo sa atin na nag-break tayo kaya ang PNOC hindi makagamit ng kanyang pera. That's unfair. Ang secretary nga ninyo wala dito Kung anong pamumulitik ang ginagawa na naman ng sekretary nyo.
But break tayo session pero tuloy-tuloy pa ho yung aming hearing.
Yes, of course.
At kung kailangan po mag-convene, ready naman po magkaroon ng
Yes.
special session at any time, no?
It's important.
So-
When did you give the letter, Kasi, alam nyo, hindi pwedeng tinuturo-turo nyo kami. Hindi nyo pwedeng sinasabi, makinig kayo. Huwag kayo nagpapalusot dito, Sinasabi nyo, yung letter na sa inyo Tapos nag-break kayo. Double jeopardy. Hindi pwede yun. Sorry. Hindi po kami papayag nun. Kung alam po namin hindi kami mag-break, tama po ang chair. Kina mo nga mag-break. Gusto nyo Holy Week, magtrabaho tayo dito Darating lahat ng secretary. Burn the midnight candle. Walang labasan sa kwarto hanggang hindi nakita ang pagtulong sa latang tao. Pero wag niyong sasabihin na nag-break kami kaya hindi napasa yung hiniling ng DOE na congressional approval. Hindi po, sir. Hindi inyo kasalanan yon kasi wala ang inyong sekretarya. I can't think of anything more important than this hearing convened by the chair. And if the other cabinet members are here, why could the most important department not be present? Thank you, Mr. Chair.